This is going to be an update video for the UIISII T8s, or also known as the DT200s. So I've owned these T8s for about 4 months now, so since late March. So these are now my daily regulars for music listening. These are what brought me into the world of IEMs. Now what I mean by that is I've always hated IEMs, but after using the T8s, I started to develop a taste for IEMs. And the reason for this is the T8s just provided such a great fit and good stability, and most importantly, fantastic sound. But don't get me wrong, I still do really love earbuds, and earbuds will always have a place in my heart. And of course, ears. So originally I paid altogether with shipping $40. Yeah, I know I did get ripped off, but at the time they weren't yet selling these on Aliexpress. So only Amazon.com sold them, but they weren't shipping to Canada, so I did have to get them off Taobao, which, if you didn't know, is basically the eBay of China, or the Amazon of China, depending on how you look at it. Now, originally they cost me $20, but with shipping I did have to pay an extra $20 to get them shipped over to Canada. Now, if you guys did want to know more about my journey purchasing the T8s, I do have that on my original T8 video. I'll have a link posted in the description below. So anyway, nowadays they're being sold on Aliexpress for about $22, and that's with shipping. What I love most about these is the great fit and warm sound. They're not fatiguing to listen to at all. The dual drivers really separate the instruments and create a really nice immersive experience. Now that's not to say that I don't like my other triple or dual driver IEMs. I just prefer listening to these overall because number one, the sound signature of these, and number two, the great fit and stability, which make these very easy to listen to for long periods of time. So these T8s use dual dynamic drivers, which doesn't give the sharpest sound, but it does provide a very warm sound signature coupled with the dual dynamic drivers, which gives off very good instrument separation. And paired with that, these do come with really great fitting ear tips. Probably the best ear tips that I've ever used, at least for me. So they give me that really perfect seal, and the reason why these tips seal my ear so well is that they flare outwards as opposed to that concave design, which you do see on other ear tips. So overall, they've been holding up pretty well, and they're holding up really well because I do take care of them. I always make sure not to put too much tension on the wires since they do feel like they are a little bit on the more fragile side, but otherwise that's pretty much the only con with them. So if the T8s had a version 2 of these, or better yet a Bluetooth version of these, then a good thick wire would seriously make these a fantastic choice. But even if not, these are still a superb pair of IEMs and perfect for anyone that's looking to transition from earbuds to IEMs. Or even just in general, if you are looking for a really good overall pair of IEMs, and these are it. So I've mentioned this before, but I just want to share it again, and that is that I've found a few non-branded pairs of these being sold on AliExpress for a fraction of the original price that UIISII is selling these for. So I'm not too sure if these T8s are exclusive to UIISII or just branded by them. So a lot of times you have two different brands selling the same type of earphones, they're just branded under two different names, and one brand is selling them a lot cheaper than the other brand. So back to the unbranded T8s that I found on AliExpress. So I purchased them and I'm waiting to see how they compare to the branded UIISII pair. Now if they do sound the same, then this would be jackpot. So I should be getting them in about a month or so since shipping from China takes forever, so stay tuned for that. I am really looking forward to testing them out. I've also recently discovered that UIISII released a new pair of IEMs. Model is the T6. I'll have a link to that in the description below. So I'm not 100% sure if they're newer than the T8s or if they were just newly released on Amazon. They do look very similar in a sense to the T8s with minor differences to the shell. You guys will see what I'm talking about. So I just looked on Amazon again, and recently I found that UIISII released an upgraded pair of the T8s, and these they named the T8Ss. The difference being that these ones have an extra driver in them, and it's a balanced armature driver. So I'm really curious to see how these ones do sound. Anyway, that's going to be it for my update review on the UIISII T8s. If you happen to have a pair of these, I'd like to know what your thoughts are. So let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you guys are into some relaxing music, check out this ambient type band called Tycho. Their tunes are very relaxing. Alright guys, well for now, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.